Welcome everyone to the Master of Vox, where today we have another riveting game of Steel Division. With me co-casting is the Graham Slam. Graham, would you like to introduce the players and the map for us?
Yes, absolutely. So here we are on Astrono, horrible map. I hate it. Evil, gross, garbage.
Agreed.
On the left side in the blue, we have Farid playing as 28th Jaeger, Maverick, and on the right we have Gonzo playing as 8th Cav. So pretty interesting matchup. Not two divisions I probably would have originally thought to play on Astrono, but Astrono's really weird, so I guess maybe anything's viable.
Yeah, looking at the map here, it looks like Farid is really going to push into this southern portion of the map right here and use those Jaegers to some really good, use, for lack of a better word.
So, yeah, I love that. Yeah, I have a tendency to believe that the middle of the map is the most important section of the map. Even though there's only one flag on that hill line there, it can kind of let you pivot around. But Astrono's really weird. So at the end of the day, it's kind of like, where can you get, what flags do you get, how can you hold them? Gonzo's side, it can be, the access getting to his far left flag can be very difficult.
Yeah.
So both players typically throw down there. The middle portion here of the bottom side isn't typically a huge area. Like it can become contentious.
Yeah.
But in the northern middle portion is normally actually where the big throwdowns happen, and looks like I think Gonzo should decisively win up there. I mean, he's got Komodo, he's got the Garda, Pioneering, plus
the Tarantus. Yeah, that light armor is so important. Ooh, we're seeing the off map from Farid over here. Ooh.
Yeah, it's a little misplaced, I think. We'll have to wait. But it's going to take 35 seconds for the drop. The plane off mats have also really fallen out of style, mainly because it's so easy to push
canceled
them back
it?
down.
Oh, he's...
Yeah, cancel. Yeah, that's a little bit better for it. And actually, Gonzo backing up into, actually, now it's a lot better. Excuse me, IG-18 also trying to get a little heat shell kill.
Yeah, but that's Zarini. Ooh, that...
Yeah, he missed. Zarini hit him hard there as well.
And I do like how he turned off the heat shells for the Zarini, so the HE will fire at everything, because HE is just guaranteed damage, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's pretty common for it. You might as well just let the HE do its thing. There is the argument that maybe the heat shell could hit, but I think the accuracy is garbo on the IG-18. Let me see, I can tell you. But yeah, 30%. So that's really rough. We see the other one in the Shu-42 actually engaging the Tehran here as well. The Tehran 2 has a chance of killing it if it's in a heat range, which it is. We actually see it shooting against heat shells, and it will get the kill right there due to the range difference. One reason you like heat as well.
Yeah.
So nice little pick off for the Tehran 2 there. Anytime you kill a Shu-42, that's a 2,000 meter range unit off the map right there.
Yeah, especially by using the Tehran 2, which is like...
Up north, the leader for Gonzo goes down. That's actually a really juicy pick up there for Farid. We see all these Vanatori getting pushed back as well. The Calarisi.
Yeah,
Calarisi. That's what I think you say that.
Calarasi.
I'm not Romanian,
so. The snipers, the Calarasi.
I might butcher that hardcore. Though we do see the Stuka actually being called out to try and kill the off map. I don't think I've seen an off map plane hang out there that long. Typically, guys call out the plane, they drop the off map and get it away immediately. And kind of a questionable move there by Gonzo. He buys the Ju-87 to try and push you back right there. I don't think he honestly thought he was going to get the kill, but he did just buy 225 mil Hotchkisses as well. Now there's a Falcon Wolf out, and there's a decent chance he could snipe this Ju-87 because he is trying to get to the AA. Oh, no, actually, he's just going to call it off.
He's getting it in the AA net right now. So if that Falcon Wolf goes after, it's just going to get hit with those 225s.
Yeah, it is the medium resiliency Falcon Wolf, so there's a chance he could have done it. So now he's actually going to... No, he's not. He's just
he's getting the hell out of there. I'm looking at this off map, and it's actually pushing out all of these Romanian troops, allowing the Jaegers to get where they want, and that's knife fighting range.
Yeah, that's a good drop right there. The J87 now is going to come in and try and get a drop. We see the Falcon Wolf going to come in and try and get a strafe here, though. Actually, kind of a poor angle there for the Falcon Wolf. Doesn't get the full strafing run in. Now, he will have a chance here, though, on the backside. Oh, but kind of a missed mic. It's hard to tell something with the planes if it's a missed micro based upon the replay. He's going to try and dive in. He's going to get the kill on that 76. So what will look like a questionable decision there ends up being a pretty big pick-off there for Gonzo.
Yeah, and also I'm going to point out this IG-18 is trying to get revenge for that Stu-42. It's trying to get the heat shell off on this Terrain 2.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Cast a Curse would
it died.
Yeah. Whereas up north, Farid has basically locked down the forest line there, and I imagine for the for the time being, it's going to stay quiet. It's really hard to get back into that forest if you
Oh,
lose it.
ungodly, yeah.
Yeah, and you don't want to just throw away units and dribs and drabs up there. So if you're Gonzo, focusing down south is kind of an overextension, I think, here by Farid. There's no leader as well to support this Sturmjäger along with the Jaeger. And 28th is kind of an interesting choice. Like, it has some valid, like, you know, very high, I guess, quality CQC units. That's pretty much what it is, CQC
yeah.
deck for infantry. But I do kind of think that 8th does a lot. There's a lot of similarity. Not one-to-one. It's not a full thing. You know, there's no SCGs for the Romanians, right?
Yeah.
But I'm kind of curious on the pick there. I would like to know in the comments if someone watches who picked first.
It's either that or if the players are watching, like, let us know, like, what your thought process was in the comments.
Yeah. That's what
I will say I have been blessed by players actually commenting on the games that they play in the comments, which is fantastic. I love you guys. Keep it up.
The big thing I would say for 28th to me is the Nebelwerfer 42s. Like that, like on a Strono, it's very difficult to get a double tick. So typically, you're gonna have a long period of time of single tick. These games, even in Mav on Mav, will go 30 minutes. It's extremely common.
Yeah.
Ostrono was a map that players, like maybe you're a little under in the skill gap, you want to go on Ostrono because it can help neutralize a skill difference versus like maybe Orsha North, right, where your skill could shine a little bit better. Because it is weird, right? Weird things can happen on Ostrono between the road placement, the different sides. It's awful. It sucks. I hate it, right? You know, all that out of the way.
It's honestly also it's the capillaries, like for the ability for troops to get in places. It's so weird that you don't think about. So, for example, he's bringing in this Hotchkiss 25, and he's bringing it down to his left side, but it has to go to the center and then go all the way down on this major artery to get down to the south. So it's weird because it allows Farid's side to push that bottom portion that we're watching now more effectively, and it's like such an ass pain to get the reinforcements there.
Absolutely, and then it's a gamble on where you're deploying, because if one of you deploys heavy, and if you deploy heavy in opposite directions, there's not necessarily a ton of potential to really punish your opponent, right? So like Farid obviously has more up on the northern portion of this map. There's really nowhere for him to go. Like there just isn't. Like there's nowhere for him to get other flags there except maybe the crossroads, but that's really hard to hold on that road line there. Whereas down south, you know, same with Gonzo, like once he takes the forest line here, it's just as actually right there, the middle of the road, literally in the middle of that little road is a flag.
Yep.
It's kind of hard, like maybe the forest on the far bottom side, but it can create some very static gameplay. So that off map drop, I'm surprised no fighter's been brought by Gonzo yet. He does, I believe.
Let's look. He
doesn't bring any. No,
he doesn't have any fighters. He only has the Ju-87s. So that's weird. He's got multiple. He's got 4.
He gets Bofors and he gets Vickers guns. There's probably an argument that none of the fighters are worth bringing, which is probably valid. There probably is like, hey, like they're not going to kill anything anyways. So the Dagarda right there goes down to the Jaeger. That's one thing that, you know, really taking account about the Jaegers. They do have the 7 MP40s. The MP40s were buffed in the last patch.
Yeah, it was on par with the Opto Machiki. Yeah, it's on par with the Opto Machikis, right?
I don't know, 1-to-1. You know, the old brain would say Optus are probably better. Maybe the vet curve is better on them. I don't know. But the MP40 I do know is buffed. So the unit itself should be better. We see the J87s here. If you want to kill the Jaeger Pioneer Fear, if possible. Though, actually, he's just kind of dropping, hoping to find them. A little miss there. Yeah.
He doesn't have line of sight right now, so he's just kind of like blind bombing right now.
Yeah, the moto right there going to go down, which is actually a really nice unit. It's basically a Panzer Grenadier, essentially a Panzer Grenadier for the Romanians. So losing that 30-point unit right there to the Jaeger, which is only 20 points, because it only has the one G42, right? The Jaeger is kind of like a CQC Grenadier. But yeah, because you know, that's really what it is. It's a CQC Grenadier, but it has 7 MP40, so really heavy emphasis on the CQC.
Like
the Sturmjäger actually about to die there to the Dagarda.
Like one thing I've done before with 28th Jaeger, because I used to play it when it first came out, was I would just turn off the G43 and the MP40 or MG42, and I would just throw them as Avtos basically.
You mean when the game launched?
Yeah, back in my day. Oh.
You know when it came out, like you mean the day it launched? I'm pretty sure 28th is an original division.
It is an original division. Yeah. It's been buffed a lot, especially with availability of Jaegers. And they even added a fancy new card to the hero unit that they added to the division, because they didn't have a hero unit back in the day.
No, yeah, you have the he's dead though in this. You can pour one out for him. He already got blown. He just actually just died to that DeGarda squad.
Oh, that was him. Oh shit.
Yeah. Up north, by the way, there is some action going on. It looks like Farid wanted to kind of poke out the ZB-53, and the DeGarda are going to kind of push that back. So the IG-18 is trying to, do a little damage there, but you got to be careful. You don't want to get spotted by the ZB-53 because it'll quickly whittle down that HP pool. But like I kind of said earlier, this is going to be static. Like, at the end of the day, these guys are going to throw down a lot of infantry. There's not a lot of armor between the two sides. No heavy tanks whatsoever here, so we're not going to see any sexy Tiger or IS-2 action. None of that here. It's going to be pretty...
The heaviest thing's going to be the Hetzers. Also, the fact that Gonzo lost that position with the Tehran 2, where he was cutting off reinforcements to this southern push. Now he has a Jagdpanzer there, that Hetzer. If he moved it up, he'd be able to cut off that reinforcement road again and try to be able to have a fighting chance in hell. Because
I think a Hetzer, a Hetzer, or even if he gets the AA support for it, getting a Rosita up in that area can be just disgusting. Because you can fire down. Now the angles can be a little weird. That's something also about Astrono. Some things that the sight lines can be a little difficult. We do see the J87s along with the Cluster 1 coming in. The Cluster 1 going for the Martyr 2. The Martyr 2 to me isn't a huge deal, but obviously, the Tehran 2.
Yeah, I don't. Well,
because it's not really anything big for it to kill. But he's going to get in here. He's going to get a clean drop. No AA's been bought for the down south yet, though the Flak 43 is on the way. So the Stuka shenanigans should end relatively soon. But on the other hand, Gonzo's A is pretty far forward.
Yeah, I like that. The J87 buy, I understand it because he cannot get reinforcements to that area quick enough. You have these TACM R2s that are probably going to go into the forest. Yeah, they're going into the forest right there to try to push the Jaegers off, and that light armor will be able to do it because we're not seeing Farid with anything heavier down there himself. But Farid has one thing that Gonzo doesn't, and that's intelligence, because he's had this damned off map flying around just using it as an aerial recon the entire time.
I don't think it's not spotting anything.
You don't think so?
If you go to switch to his view, you see it on the return path here. Now, if you switch really quick, it sees the Jagdpanzer pushing up. It actually sees the 100 mil in the back, which is crazy. It doesn't see anything in that forest. Oh, this is about the Zerny there. So yeah, I quickly switch to look at it. It sees that 100 mil though, like it's a Predator drone. It spotted that thing. And in response though, we do see the Nebelwerfer, while not going for the artillery,
no, it's going for the AA.
The AA. Yeah, and also the AA is most likely dead here. I mean, it's a very quick fallback order for Gonzo, but that one shot, that one actually.
And it's out. Yep. And that's what the Nebelwerfer 300s or 42s are really good at.
Yeah, they're disgusting. There's an element to, especially for your heavy AA guns, they will typically one-shot them, and that can be brutal. Your Vickers, your Flak 88s, obviously, your 85 Zenards. Those are really important in pushing back your opponent's planes, especially with 28th, a lot of Falcon Wolves, and having a weapon that can just one-shot your AA is brutal. And it's the one thing I said with 28th, why I would say, it's not fully an 8th, I think it's the better division, because that Nebelwerfer could be game-changing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to point this out here. That Jagdpanzer 38T moved up to a different position, and it got line of sight on the Jaegers. I'm guessing that Jaeger Fusilier was able to see it, and so we saw Farid actually unload his Jaegers. And one of the big things I've noticed with the higher-end players is they refuse to allow shit to die in transports.
Oh yeah, you unload early and you just let them eat the HE damage and then fall them back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never want to lose something in transport because you gain nothing. There's zero possibility of it having any value to you if it dies in transport. We do see the Ju-87s now coming out, 2 clusters along with a regular HE one. The Flak 43s are getting into position. One is set up currently, though it doesn't look like it was microed onto the J7 cluster. Oh, he got it right there.
Yeah, and it's dead.
Yep. Has a chance to get a kill here. Yep, and he gets it. The other one's now coming in as well. It's going for one of the Shugs on the hill. It's going to get the bombs off there. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't get the kill,
but it lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge. And it actually might die here because we do see that Flak 43 getting shots in. Yep, it is going to go ahead and go down right there. That's a huge
these
trade.
Air trades. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Yeah, huge trade for Farid. Sometimes air trades don't line up very well on the battlefield, so we want to like caution the hype on that, but that is a really big pick off there for Farid. Anyway, look at it. The Yak Panzer 38T getting a gun jam with the APC on the Stug, so both Stugs are currently out of action. So they'll actually, no, one's permanently out of action because he's dead.
Yep. Now, I will say the air trades may not be indicative of who's like winning when it comes to like trades, but what it's going to force Gonzo to do is to actually invest in his Ju-88s, those bigger bombers, because now his, you know, quick reaction Ju-87s are now dead.
Quick and Ju-87 typically don't go together.
You get what I'm saying.
No, I get you. It's just funny. I don't know if I've ever heard that. But yes, having the cheap, I think what I would look at too is the cheaper plane, right? Having the 65-point bomber I can call out, get value out of it is huge. And now this is a problem. Could be a signal of a wider problem for Gonzo, is if the Focke-Wulf 190 train gets going, it can be absolutely brutal. In Farid's deck, he brings 12 of them. Like, it's an insane number of Focke-Wulfs. That's like 2020 level 16 Panzer, or 2021 level 16 Panzer Focke-Wulf spam. Now, AA is a lot better today. This isn't the AA of your granddad. But there is an element where if the Focke-Wulfs get going, they can just be absolutely oppressive. In the Romanian AA, while he does have, it is decent, it's not necessarily the greatest on the planet. So the Bofors, I think Bofors are going to have to come out.
Stug 3 took out a Zarini. Now,
yeah,
you talking about that Focke-Wulf Pain trade made me think of playing against the Dr. Strangelove dude. When he played Panzer Lair, his main thing, he would just swarm me with Focke-Wulf 190s doing strafing runs on the ground when strafing was a thing.
Yeah,
that was rough.
You know, we do see Gonzo's really embracing the fact that this game is going to go a long time. Like, Gonzo clearly thinks this game is going to go like 20, 25 minutes, because we see now 3 100 mils being brought up, which I don't disagree with at all. I think the idea, like, hey, like, no matter what we do here, I'm only going to get a 1 tick, so this game isn't ending anytime soon. Let's get the big boys up and just get them going. And a huge element for him is picking off that AA. Obviously, if he could kill the Nebelwerfer in a counter battery, that'd be huge, but Farid has been very smart to move it. I know Stug dying for Farid there as well. That Jagdpanzer 38T has put some work in already. Yeah,
these Jagdpanzers are just not getting penetrated by these Stugs, and what we're seeing now is the fact that Farid doesn't have the anti-tank capability that Gonzo has with the Rasitsas, with the Hetzers. You know, think about it. 28th only has 2 cards of Stugs. That's all you get.
Yeah, it's not a lot. He's lost a few as well. Double Focke-Wulf 190 is coming out here trying to dive in. No, he's not actually going to commit to it, which is smart. There's some decent AA up. Another 75 being brought up, actually.
He targeted with the Nebelwerfer as soon as that 25 fired, so it might have been like a recon by force there.
Yeah, definitely could have been. Because if you're... That's really, I think, if you're Farid, your best bet at winning this game is that, because look down south, it's going to be very hard for Farid to ever take the southern position. That's a ton of units stacked up inside there. There isn't, you know, a lot of extra firepower outside the Nebelwerfers, so maybe as we get it, when we get into C phase, we'll see a couple Nebelwerfers. But this is also what's kind of interesting, is that both players picked Maverick, right? Typically that means they respect each other, right? It's like, hey, we're a similar skill. I don't want to give my opponent an income advantage. But the downside to 2 Maverick players playing on a map like Astrono is these decks are gonna have to go the distance. And so you better have changed your deck a little bit and put some C-phase cards in, because this game is gonna go for a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm gonna point out that 300 mil Nebelwerfer 42 got that 25 mil down to 1 person rolling that thing around.
Yeah, actually unlucky for Farid. Typically it one-shots those.
That is true.
Gonzo randomly bombing. Yeah, I mean, it's actually pretty big for Gonzo that it lived. Obviously it's a little decommissioned, but hey, you kind of take that, because that's another strike, right? At that point, it's kind of like where some of these top players start looking at it, is, am I getting value every single time with that Nebelwerfer 42 fires? At this point, I think if I'm Farid, you want to get them all out. So he's got to wait till C, he can get 2 more, but I would probably save up a little bit. I don't think the damn breaking moment's going to happen. Gonzo probably could try an open field charge here in the south.
Oh, that would be too risky, because we see Farid bringing in this SIG-33 at the same time. Like,
yeah, but he's got 2 TACMs. He's got another Jagdpanzer 38T. Like, Gonzo has a lot of units. Like down south, we're talking like 500, 600 points worth of units. And oh no, so these Dagard are going for the flag up here. So past the road, up into the tree line here.
Oh, yeah.
There's a pack 40, there's a pack 38, there's a Jaeger squad, and a Stug coming up. But there's not a ton else. A lot of his infantry stuck in that forest line there, basically just kind of like, you know, semi-isolated. And this is kind of a big moment here. Can Gonzo propel this front line forward and really start to threaten Farid's hold on those 2 flags?
And again, I really like how Gonzo just unloaded all of his remaining infantry and he started pushing them across the open field rather than letting this Pack 40 get kills on it.
Yeah, you don't want the Pack 40 to eat. Anytime that Pack 40 is firing HE shells at your infantry, it's typically a good sign. The Stug 3 opening up right there. The IG-33 as well. Gonna jump in. Now that's a big thing that could really put it into this. That IG-33 starts just tearing up. Look, that's funny enough, the recon plane or the bomber back out here. There is obviously no off-map charges for it, but it's funny that it's still alive. Both
Yeah.
coming in. He's gonna try and hit these
Rosori assaults.
Yeah, so they will get their bombs off. The Falcons are just still so good. Though no kills. So he will push them back a little bit, but that really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things because Farid's about to push these Jaeger and Sturmjäger into just an absolute, like, Romanian, like, it's like, you know, it's like a gypsy concert going down.
Oh, Jesus. You're not wrong, though. And what we're seeing, though, is these Sturmjägers are just eating.
Yeah, they're eating until he took that pioneering shot right there.
Yeah, you're not going to get out of that one unscathed.
No, now he's going to Molotov. Look, he's going to roll up right on him. He's going to Molotov him.
Yep.
Yeah, he just threw that shit. Yep, and now he's dead. Yep, surrendered.
Oh, we got Beaufort's 40 mil getting hit by the number for 42 and still not dying again.
It's not, yeah, pretty huge here that in the past 2 Nova 42 strikes, the AA's lived. Part of this is RNG. That's you know, a huge element to this. Yeah. But anytime you waste that Nova 42 that's an ammo, you know, hoarder. She takes the shells. She's a thirsty girl. And we do see that. Look at that coming in right there. We'll get the kill.
Kills.
Oh, now one does though.
Yep,
yeah,
gets the kill on the 100. Oh, we got the flight of the Valkyries over here with 3 Ju-87 D3s coming in for different targets. It looks like he's trying to soften up the center.
Yeah, maybe trying to break through. He wants to kill that Pack 40. Obviously, want to kill the Pack 40 because they did kill the Panzer 38T.
Yeah.
So that, you know, that is nice. And there's only one Flak 43 here. He also lost an AA Jeep or truck up there a little earlier in the game. So this Flak, these 87's going to come in, get some damage, not a ton. He might lose one here. Yeah, he will lose one here.
But he got that kill on that Pack 40. And even though I don't know if he knows there's another one because that one's a fresh boy coming into the fight. But to him, knowing that he killed off one of the main AT weapons on that hill, that's probably a valid trade for him.
Yeah, and I thought these Rosori might go towards the hill line, but no, they're going back further into the middle. There's not really a ton. That Jaeger Fusilier is still alive. He's kind of chilling, spotting stuff there for Reed. But other than that, there's really not a ton going on dismount here. Yeah, he's going to probe one up forward there in the Pack 40. And now he's going to bring the HS. Yeah, the HS one she's not going to try and see.
It looks like Farid's really trying to put pressure on this southern portion, but like you mentioned with the Romanian concert going on in this wood line, like it's going to be hard for him to push him out.
Well, yeah, he is no leader, so he's the veterancy disadvantage. His opponent probably has the better long-range infantry, which is pretty rare considering German versus Romanian, but it's true. He's got the better CQC infantry, in my opinion, because he has basically the MG26T, the ZB30, along with the Molotov infantry. The TACM's gonna be more than enough to at least help out. Though it looks like it will lose here to the Stug, so that is something.
Yeah, that was 3 balances. Jesus, the RNG is being kind to Gonzo in the sense that it's not letting the number for 42s just run roughshod over him. But at the same time, those TACM R2 shots, one of those should have penetrated.
Pack 40 killing a Turan 2 in the middle there. And yeah, basically, like as we were about 10 minutes ago, we're tied here 12-12. This game is going to continue at this pace. It's you know, you can go to the bathroom real quick and come back. I don't think anything crazy will change.
No, I agree. This Rosita, though, it's getting double teamed by an IG-33 and an IG-18, like allowing that. Ooh, that's rough. Oh, and the IG-18 gets the kill.
Yeah, it's actually a really big kill for that IG-18. The Rosita While the Rosita doesn't have as much value against 28th as it would against some other divisions, it's still, it's a 2,000 meter range unit. It fires a big boy shell, right? It can kill any tank, obviously, any vehicle that comes out of 28th. You don't want to basically lose them for free. This is what happened. These IG-33, what's he shooting at?
Wait, there's only... Oh, no, there's 2 100 mils, but he's only firing 1 right now with this 37.
Yeah, he might have them on different hotkeys, right? It's just kind of like firing each one individually. There's 3 of them up.
Oh, there is 3 of them up, yeah.
Oh, he ran out of ammo. That's what happened. It ran out of ammo, so he gave orders to the other ones. He didn't have to resupply both of them, though. Yeah, the new one's that's fresh. You got that full 40 complement of shells ready to start dropping. Yeah, killing the 43s would be big. 43s are a great piece of AA. Oh, double ver for firing. Let's see, because it's kind of like how we get excited right now. It's going for the other 25 mil. I believe all of the 75s have been called out now. Oh, this one right here. Right.
6? Nope, and that 25 mil gets to live again.
That's insane.
That's wild. The supply consumption for each of these 42 strikes means that they have to kill the piece they're hitting.
Yeah, I played a game recently against a Nebelver for 42, and it killed every single flak 88 it hit. Like, it killed, like, literally didn't miss a single time. Quick fallback order. It was crazy. And then watching here as it survives, all the, all these lower HP units living is kind of insane.
Yeah, RNG is just not with you. You are not a person I would take to a casino most days. But when you get lucky, Graham, you get lucky.
The goal here is to like eliminate luck, right? We don't need as much luck. We leave luck to other elements. But yes, in Yujin games, a little bit of RNG is good. Look at this.
Oh, that direct! Oh, Jesus, yeah. That direct hit. After it got this complete supply, it took 2,700 supply out of that truck, and now it's gone.
That's how you know the game is slow, because you're talking about how much supply left of the actual truck. I don't think you've done that once. Like, not to bust your big, hey, this is, I don't know where this was, like, here's my 50th cast special, thank you for everybody in the channel, right? You didn't do any of that. But it is funny that, we've been doing this long, and I swear, it's the first time you've ever mentioned the amount of supply consumed by a supply vehicle. Like, what are you, like, the logistics? Are you the dude that plays logistics and, like, quad for fun? You're that guy?
Actually, in Squad 44, previously known as Postscriptum, I was the logistics guy that would run around and do border teams or run logistics to freshly captured places. Did you enjoy that?
Like, did you get real enjoyment out of that?
I did. I got to, like, listen to a podcast, and I got to pretend to be a trucker on the road of fucking Arnhem. Yeah.
No,
because no one else wanted to do it, and I can't.
No, it's boring.
All right, here's a fun fact. I fucking suck at first-person shooters, let alone Postscriptum. So this way, I got to have fun by doing something.
By just driving the truck and like dropping off supplies and. Oh no, I want to jump out of the airplane.
I do that. Whoa! The difference is I did that in real life.
I've jumped out of an airplane in real life. One time.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I went skydiving once.
Look at this. The 50th, cast isn't really the most fun thing to watch, but you get to learn all the lore of the people doing the casts.
I did to impress a girl.
Ooh, how did that work out for you?
It worked. Yeah. Not long term, but it worked, and it worked for the moment. Hey. So we can say that. Was it worth like risking jumping out of the airplane? That's very questionable. In hindsight, it's 2020, but at 21 years old, yeah, it was worth.
Oh yeah, no.
22.
How high were you at when you jumped out?
I don't remember. Give me. What's the average distance that you jumped out at?
I jumped out at 800 to 1,000, so it was screaming to the earth in like 30 seconds. Yeah.
I want to say it was like 3,000 feet.
Okay, you actually got to enjoy your experience. The Army has a wonderful way of taking enjoyment out of anything that could be fun.
I'm pretty positive it was like 3,000, 3,500, something like that, because it was not close like that. Like, you jumped out and, you're strapped to another person. Like, you don't jump out with your own parachute, right? But
you did the tandem thing, yeah.
Well, yeah, like, I'm not qualified to jump out of an airplane.
that is fair, your first time.
Yeah, so you jump out. I want to say it was like 3,000, 4,000, like somewhere in that range. It was between 3,000 and 4,000, I believe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was 10 years. It was almost 10 years ago. So, but
Ooh.
it was quite the experience. I will never replicate it, but I can say I did do it. So yeah, take that. I jumped out of an airplane too.
Hey, you know what? As long as you got as long as you have the story out of it, everything's worth it. You know, a horrible drunken night, but you have a story. It was worth it because you get to tell the story the rest of your life. Do some stupid shit like jump out of an airplane. You got stories for the rest of your life. And I had an extra $150 in my paycheck for the time I was doing it. Don't ask what a man will do for $150. Ooh.
Well, we already found out what you'll do for $150.
Yep. Perfect lit airplane, out of it.
Yeah, with all that going on, not much has changed. So it's the downside. This is also why I just hate this map. It's, you know, I can only talk about so many minute things of you
can talk about supply too.
No, supply's lame.
Oh yes, the supply consumption over here, as we see.
If I have to hype up the supply consumption rates of different artillery pieces, like I'm not going to then get into the discussion of like, hey guys, look how good this Czech artillery piece. I don't even know this Czech, Romanian, whatever the hell that artillery piece is, versus the consumption rate of the Nebelwerfer 42. Like, no, I would rather go jump off my patio into the snowstorm. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just not going to happen.
Oh yes.
I mean, I will say, Gonzo, I think, is winning. I do think Gonzo's kind of in the driver's seat here. For one, he has the slight advantage. I do say slight, but I do think he's won the trades here a little bit. The Nebelwerfer 42 has been really keeping Farid in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But there's going to come a point where he can start targeting. Like, I'm surprised he hasn't just tried to destroy that forest line. Like, why isn't he dropping one there?
Blow it the fuck up, basically, instead of hitting the support units?
Yeah, because at some point it's kind of like, because we see this, like, he's really trying to kill the support units.
Oh, he killed the... Oh my god, he killed the Hetzer with it. Oh, and the 25 mil! Jesus, the most death we've seen in the past 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was a really big strike for him right there. And that's like, they really are keeping him in the game here.
Yeah.
Gonzo hasn't actually, funny enough, all those artillery, he hasn't killed either Flak 43s yet, which is a little surprising. And now we see Farid, he is going to try a push into the northern portion. There are 2 more artillery pieces coming out for Gonzo, which is kind of crazy as well. Though this push has a chance, I think, to gain a little momentum. Maybe
not with that many sniper units and attack of R2. Yeah, no, this is just like a forlorn hope.
There's 3 attack of R2s.
Yeah. See, all right, you said Gonzo you think has the advantage. I think that Farid has the advantage just because he has that center hill. He has the line of sight that he can shoot down into, and he's got the support equipment on it. He's also
but Gonzo,
around
if he just takes the
42s.
Like, this is where I think you're wrong, and I'm going to show you. Gonzo, all he needs to do is clean this other side up, and he gets that flag on the bottom side, and he gets a 1410. So, and now, while yes, the tick rate isn't any faster, that 1410, it means it's that much harder for Farid 13 minutes now into C phase to reclaim something.
I see your valid point. I think both of us might have some valid points here, and you know what?
No.
This is the first time we've disagreed on a cast, so we're going to see who wins. You know, we'll see how it plays out.
My position here.
Now, one thing I want to point out is it looks like these.
You're trying to counter battery this 42.
Yeah, they're trying to counter battery, but Farid has actually been moving everything.
Oh, he's been excellent at it.
Yeah, he's even moving them again. Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't let them stay in one spot the entire time. There are 3 of them. One is about to. Yeah, he's aiming right now, going for another Bofors. I mean, he's really hoping if he kills off all this AA, the Focke-Wulfs can come in. But the 1410 is here. He's 1 away from a double tick. Now that 1 away is far.
He did exactly like you called that he needed to do. So we'll see if it matters. You know.
Well, because on this map, it's not necessarily that you want the 1410 because it's special. You want the insulation in case he takes another flag because it's so hard to get flags.
Yeah, these flags are miserable.
Yeah, and so we see the drop incoming here. You see a fallback order by Gonzo. The first 2 shots really help him out. The third one, actually, yeah, so he needs a direct hit here to kill.
Nope, and no direct hit given.
And actually, he won't get a single direct hit. So that's a big. That's a wasted shot right there, and he's already burned through an entire munitions truck already. And then other one's almost done down south, and the northern one is it's about to reach halfway, I think.
And it looks like he's actually starting to dip into his B-phase munition trucks right now, because he's got the multi-tier munitions that come with the Nebelwerfer 42s. But
Right.
look at me talking about logistics again, right? God damn it! But now he has the Opal Blitzes that he's bringing out because he's run out of the multi-tier munitions, and the multi-tier munitions have 15k, while the Opal
big
Blitz
boys.
only has 10k.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, and then up north, the Yak Panzer 38Ts come out. A Rosita's going to come out, which does have the indirect fire capability, which is really nice on it. Farid still has a lot of force on the map, right? It's not like Farid's been whittled down. Yeah. It's not like he's been annihilated. None of that's happened. But how does Farid project power? And that was my big concern when I saw the matchup here, is that not that I think either of them are very good at that in general, right? I don't think either division possess a lot of organic firepower. But 28th does have Nebelwerfer 42, so there's an element there. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it just doesn't feel like to me he doesn't have the armor, right? There's no heavy tanks, there's no heavy artillery to even accompany the Nebelwerfer 42s. And this isn't 2020. Like, the Focke-Wulf just isn't what it used to be. Is it still a good plane? Can you still lose games if Focke-Wulf spam gets out of control? Absolutely.
Oh yeah. All right,
but
Zarini down.
It's a lot harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one died.
Yeah,
but the front line won't even morph here.
Yeah, it's not going to do much of anything because he has the Romanians in the forests, both forests actually pretty well locked down. And considering the fact that the main thing pushing the influence forward is that leader unit, I don't really see it doing too much.
No, I agree with you. And right now, Gonzo could push down south. He could almost cube it if he wanted to. That Stug 3 would do some damage. But the way this AA is being suppressed, the clusters could come in maybe. I think one's still alive. Oh, and the Ju-88 now making an appearance here, though there is another Flak 43, so that should get pushed back. Yep. Yeah, it won't get its bombs dropped while the Nebelwerfer up top is opening up on the artillery.
Oh, no, massive misplay. Together. Look at the artillery, how close they were together.
Yeah, they're too close. One instantly dead right there.
Oh, 2 for 1.
Both instantly dead.
Jesus, yeah. Honestly,
I wonder. So in the comments, it looks like to me it looks like the heavy AA pieces like the Vickers and the artillery take more damage from level 42 than the autocannon AA.
Just because it's lighter, you think? Like it's a smaller footprint for the blast to make contact with?
Somebody in the comments could probably actually answer the question, but to me it looks like they take more damage. Because that crude weapons will take more damage from like machine guns, right? From the like support LMGs and things like that. It just seems to me that the higher HP units are dying faster. I mean, then that Hotchkiss is still alive. The Vickers the Hotchkiss is still alive. The Bofors gun lived. The Vickers are all dead but one, and he's on 1 HP.
Yeah, it's really weird because it was multiple times the 25 mils got hit by the Nebelwerfer and then survived.
Yeah, and maybe it's just pure RNG placement of shot, but that one right there, I mean, that was 2 for 1 there was pretty huge for the Nebelwerfer 42. But once again, I don't think it matters. It's Gonzo to me is clearly winning this game because I just don't see if you're Farid, how do you ever take a flag back?
Honestly,
like, the only way to take it back
is up north.
It take another hour.
Oh, yeah, it is 38 minutes. We got, what, 12 minutes?
Is the time 45? Is it 45 or 50?
I'm just going to say 50, and we'll find out whenever someone quits.
Yeah. They don't notice what's up my head either. So that's another element as well about the time limit. This Nebelwerfer opening up. I mean, he is getting these artillery pieces. I'm sure if you're Gonzo, you're a little annoyed. Look at that one. Insta-blapped. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Insta-blapped, and it killed the supply truck. Wait.
Yeah, what? But he's about to get a 15-9. Oh, and he drops. Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
we had Gonzo winning it. Yep, you won. You won that. All right.
Wow. Look at that. Someone knew what he was talking about.
Oh, let me just pump up your ego a little bit more. And look at these trades. They're actually super close. Like, it was World War One, like, static warfare for a while, but we could still see that both players were trading almost evenly.
Yeah, and it's also the kills really favored Farid the last 4 or 5 minutes, but so I would say it was probably extremely even up until those last couple of Nebelwerfer strikes were disgusting.
Oh yeah.
But it just felt like to me, just watching the matchup, looking at the, not even like the respective skills of the players, so they clearly seem very closely skilled. It's just Gonzo's division felt slightly better for the map, in my opinion.
You think it was just because he had the Zarinis, he had the 2K equipment, he had the receipts if he needed them, and then he had the heavier armor of the Jagdpanzer, or the Hetzers, right? So he had options.
Yeah. And plus, his infantry, 28th Jaeger doesn't have a decisive infantry advantage there. So maybe there's a situation where 28th Jaeger, like your infantry is just so much better for the situation that it can carry you to victory. But the Romanians, you could say a lot about them. Their infantry tabs are pretty reliable. And another thing, they're very CQC focused in a lot of them because they bring the MG26 instead of some of the heavier ones. So they always have the automatic rifle for heavy force fighting.
That is true. They always are able.
And they have the better SMG, the slightly better SMG
compared to the MP40. Yeah, you're right. All right, and with that, I'd like to thank everyone for the 50th cast today. I know I didn't mention it at the beginning, but if you made it this far, thank you for making it this far, and thank you for enjoying the cast that we've made so far. 50 casts, I never thought I would make it to this point. Graham, anything you want to say before we end off?
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, what he said. And with that, thank you everyone for getting through this far in the cast. Bye now.